One of my very first subscribers, who I've known since second grade, suggested I talk about visualization and meditation, and why visualization and meditation combined can be such a powerful thing. Okay, so Vanessa, Miss Juarez, if you will, this one's for you. Visualization and meditation. See, the power of the mind is so incredible that we don't even understand how powerful our brains really are. In fact, we spend most of our time pacifying our brains with dumb things like reading romance novels or playing video games or even puzzles, right? Your mind wants to run, and you just have it running this little, like a rat wheel, the little wheels that the gerbils run in. That's what you do to yourself, right? When you watch TV or you read, one certain type of information all the time. If you learn to expand your mind and break out of your cage and get off the wheel and start running around the ground, then you realize there's so much more out there that you're capable of doing, right? You can do pretty much anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. Have you ever heard that saying that, if you put your mind to it, you can do what you want to do? And that's the truth. You have to put your mind to it and then go do it, right? So what does put your mind to it and then go do it mean? Put your mind to it means to meditate and visualize something that you want to achieve, all right? So, and we do this all the time subconsciously, but we don't do it overtly, or we don't make a practice out of it. So it's just kind of like a martial art. Like if you practice Kung Fu, you're going to be a badass in Kung Fu. So if you practice the martial art of visualization, then you can be a badass at visualization. And then if you meditate on your visualizations, you're going to become a badass at manifesting your own destiny, right? Manifest your own destiny, manifest your own reality, make what you want happen. Make it happen. How do you make it happen? Okay, this is what you do. First, you sit down, you say, what is the most important thing to me? What do I care about the most that I'm going to be motivated to do? Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's you want to buy a house really bad, okay? Whatever that one thing is that you got to do, sit and think about what that is. Let's say you want to buy your first house, all right? So what is this house I want to buy? Like, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what part of town, what does it look like, what does it smell like, what does it feel like? Does it feel like home? You don't want to buy a house that doesn't feel good, right? So you visualize this place, that this is where you want to live, right? And then what do? You meditate on it, right? You have this image in your brain of this is the house, this is the white picket fence, it's got green grass, whatever, But what I did, in my case, in my testimony, I prayed, okay? I prayed to Jesus and St. Joseph, right? Why did I pray to St. Joseph? Well, praying is a form of meditation, okay? That's why you say the rosary or you say Our Father. You're meditating on God's situations, all right? So I prayed to St. Joseph because I realized that the Joseph as the father of Jesus on earth, his stepdad, so to speak, really did have a good time because Mary was ever virgin. That means Joseph and Mary never got together in a carnal sense. So Joseph was just there providing for Jesus, even though he knew that's not his son. Now, what type of guy provides for your son and he's not getting no loving? You know what I mean? Think about it. Okay, so this guy really was hardcore, dude, So I prayed to St. Joseph. So what does St. Joseph do? Well, first of all, St. Joseph helps me sell my old house, right? So I had an old house that I had to sell because the ex-wife wanted half, right? So she got half. She got half after we paid off all the debt. Now, the money wasn't so good. It was enough for what I needed. I prayed to St. Joseph, and I thanked him. Hey, I sold the house. No problem. So then I started praying for my own house and what I wanted in my own house. I prayed to St. Joseph again. And sure enough, I found exactly what I wanted and then some. Like the house that I bought has so many features that I'm just now learning that it's like, oh, well, that's cool. It's just the blessings continue. And it's because I relied on St. Joseph and I meditated and I had this image in my head of what the house is supposed to look like, what's supposed to feel like, and it just manifested in front of me. It just happened. Let me give you another for example. One day, see, my mom is so powerful, but she just has it under wraps, all right? One day, we're driving. We're going to breakfast at church. She come back from church. I come back from somewhere else. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't going to church that morning, all right? And I can take my mom. At this time, I had this Toyota Tundra truck that I drive around. I take her to breakfast. And my mom says, gee, Gabe, I'd like to get some flagstone and make a flagstone patio and a path. I said, oh, well, that's a nice thought, right? And so we eat breakfast, and on the way back, I see this yard sale. So I just say, well, let's turn to the yard sale and see what they have. Now, I've been looking for these little army canteens. I don't know if you know what they are, but they have a little belt. They're green, and they're cool like canteens. Well, they had them there, so I bought those. On the way out, the lady says, hey, my mom says to the lady, hey, how much for that flagstone in the corner? And she said, $50 if you take it away. Now, mind you, this is flagstone that goes for $15 to $20 a square foot anywhere you buy it. And these were big pieces, a lot of big pieces. Probably about $3,000 worth of flagstone for $50. So I see this as a come up. I tell my mom, we gotta get money right now. I said, you gotta buy this stuff. You want it, this is what you want, you gotta do it. So I'm like pushing my mom to go buy it. And I admit I'm a pushy guy. So we run down to the ATM, she gets some money, run back, give her the money. Now my mom's like, son, mijo, how are we gonna move all these stones? I said, Mom, I got the tundra right here. We'll just load them in the back, and I'll just haul them. And my mom's like, well, who's going to put them in? You have your shoulder surgery. At the time, I had a shoulder surgery. I couldn't lift nothing. I said, Mom, I'll sit inside the truck. I'll lay them in the truck so they don't break. You have to pick them up from over there to over here. Now, mind you, my mom is 65 years old. She has rheumatoid arthritis. She is not in the best shape at all. But you know what? She was motivated, and she picked up every one of those big-ass stones and walked them over to me. Didn't even drop one, because she knew that they're worth more when they're in one piece. She moved all that 3,000 pounds to the truck. I hauled it. We moved it back together into the backyard together. Now, one day I took my dad to the backyard. I said, look at all these stones. Your wife moved them all. I said, why don't you pick one up? He could hardly pick up a stone, and my mom moved all those stones. Why? Because she was motivated. She saw what she wanted. She said she wanted it. It was right there. We made it happen. I had the truck. It was right there. We got the money. We bought it. We hauled that shit home. We hauled home like $3,000 worth of flagstone for $50. Okay? $3,000 for $50. Tell me, what kind of deal is that? It's a manifest destiny deal, right? Because my mom was thinking about the flagstone, and that's how powerful she is. She's like a Yoda. She thought about it. It was right there. We made it happen all in the same day, within hours of her saying that she wanted it. Within hours, we were at home with flagstone. A lot of flagstone. Good pieces. You know, I could sell that right now on slang that shit. Slanging rocks, but not the ones in your socks. Okay? So I got 1 minute left. So, Vanessa, when you tell me about your visualization boards and you talk about your visions and what you want to achieve, I get it, but it's a lot, right? I like to do one thing at a time. Like, let's get the house, and then let's get the next house, and let's get the car, and let's get the next car. I'm very, linear. Vanessa, you're like branching out like a tree, but that's the way women are. Women can branch out and do more things than men. Men are very like A to B, and the women are thinking about the kids and the stove and who's washing the clothes and all that stuff. So we're different people, but you are right in the fact that you have to visualize and meditate. In fact, when I played football, our coaches used to say, meditate on the game. Think about every play you have to play, every step, every block. And that's how we won games. It's because we visualized us winning, and we won it. So again, this is only 9 minutes of knowledge. Thank you, Vanessa Juarez. It's all over. Boom.